Before I do that, I'd like to give you a little bit of his background. He is currently the commanding general of the 88th Readiness Division. Major General Baker is the commanding general for the 88th Readiness Division, headquartered in Fort Snelling, Minnesota, and Fort McCoy, Wisconsin. He assumed command on July 30th, 2022, and he was previously the commander of the 416th Theater Engineering in Darien, Illinois. Major General Baker also served as the commanding general of the 102nd Training Division, the Deputy Commanding General, support of the 416th TAC, Chief of Staff of the 416th TSC, the Commander of the 1st BDE, 102nd Division, the Deputy Commander of the 372nd Engineering Brigade, Fort Snelling, Minnesota, and as Battalion Commander for 389th Engineering Battalion in Dubuque, Iowa. At this time, I'd like to introduce Major General Matthew Baker.
Thank you, Mayor. Wow, what a great turnout! What a great audience! And this is my first time in North Bend, and what an awesome little city you have here. This is awesome. So, village. Sorry. All right. So, really honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's my privilege to serve as the official representative of President Joseph Biden at the ceremony honoring the 250th anniversary of the birth of President William Henry Harrison. William Henry Harrison was born on February 9th, 1773. He's best remembered as a man who served in every aspect of his life. Every step of his career, he served the people of this nation. At the age of 63, after a lifelong career of public service, Harrison was elected to the office of president. Harrison didn't have a chance to define the office, dying just 32 days into his presidency. His 2-hour-long inaugural address gave some hints to us how he would have served the nation. He promised to limit the presidential role, not interfering with what Congress decided. He said the president should not use veto unless he believed the law of Congress passed was unconstitutional. He also promised that he would not serve a second term as president. And the inaugural address was given in a harsh, rainy weather on a day in which he wore no coat or no hat. This and the intense schedule of events, often outdoors in the weeks that followed, contributed to severe cold and developing pneumonia. The result was that only a month after his inauguration, President Harrison passed away. His time in office may have been the shortest of any president before or since, but his road to the White House and his accomplishments along the way were nothing short of astounding and really defined him as a person. William Harrison attended Hampton-Sydney College, studying classic and history. In 1791, he began a life as a public servant. He joined the Army as an ensign and served as aide-de-camp to Major General Anthony Wayne during the Indian Wars in the Northwest Territory, and quickly rose to the rank of captain. In 1798, he left the Army to become Secretary of the Northwest Territory. As the outbreak of 1812, he returned to the Army, distinguished himself through strong leadership and tactical abilities. Harrison was promoted to Brigadier General and given command of the Army of the Northwest. The name given at that time to all the territories northwest of the Ohio River, which included Ohio, Michigan, Indiana, Wisconsin, and eastern half of Minnesota. He later served as governor of the Indiana Territory, senator for Ohio, and minister of philanthropy and of Grand Columbia. He ran for president in 1836 and lost to Van Buren during that time. Then, having achieved national renown and having nearly a dozen books written about his life, he eventually transitioned into the position with the clerk of courts of Hamilton County, Ohio. It was from this humble semi-retired status that he was nominated to president by the Whig Party in 1840. The slogan Tippecanoe and Tyler Too became the battle cry, making Harrison the first presidential nominee to use the campaign slogan. At the age of 68, William Henry Harrison was elected President of the United States of America, defeating the incumbent Van Buren by a large majority of the Electoral College. Until Ronald Reagan in 1980, he was the oldest president ever elected, and the last president elected to have risen from the roots of the British as a British subject. He then persevered through the years of dedicated public service, fought in 2 wars, declined countless lucrative offers in the private sector, and says a great deal about his character and his beliefs and service to the country. He will be remembered for this dedication to his selfless and public service above all else. He was truly a man of the people and for the people. I thank you for the opportunity to commemorate the life and contributions of this remarkable man from Ohio. President William Henry Harrison is a long-life public servant whose selfless service and dedication continues to inspire all Americans, and I thank each of you for taking the time to join me in this event today. Thank you.